ask yourself this question, and this is what came to me the first day of January. What's the best that could happen? What's the best that could happen? What's the best that could happen? What's the best possible outcome that could happen? What's the best possible outcome that could happen? Peace, love, and light. My name is Saira Embra, the Somatic Priestess, and I am here to give you tools to help ignite your own inner divinity through quantum physics, metaphysics, philosophy, spirituality, wellness, specifically acupuncture. So let's dive into it. Happy winter solstice. It's a new season and it's the engineered new year. And we have to understand that because it's the engineered new year, it's okay if you don't feel a huge surge of energy because we're still in the middle of winter. We're still in that resting phase, that phase of reconnection, hibernation that is happening deep within us. And so having these natural cycles and being okay with the natural cycles of the seasons is a good intuitive feeling. I feel like someone needs to hear that because so often we're met in January with a lot of new year, new you, do all these things, create all these habits, shed all these old things that are not serving you, and that's good and well, but true shifts, true transformation happen on a cellular and self-concept level. And both of those go hand in hand. So on a cellular level, on a quantum level, there must be a shift in transforming because our cells, they communicate with every other cell, and there's certain cells that are specialized to do certain things in our body, and we can activate different messages from our DNA and ancestors epigenetically by speaking to ourselves. That can be a lot more helpful than giving yourself a bunch of affirmations to do and journaling through a lot of different shame spirals and all that, because it does have its time and place. However, true transformation happens on that cellular level and on the level of identity. How do you truly identify? No, not your roles, not what society may identify you as from how people perceive you and all that. No, I mean your core identity, your values, your mission, your vision, your passion, what you are here to bring to this world, and how you want to curate it. That's your identity. Your identity is wrapped up in the beliefs that you hold about yourself and the world around you. Have you been identifying as a victim? Have you been identifying as someone who's not good enough, as someone who is broke or broken, as someone who can't get out of this grief spell? When you speak a new name, when you speak a new identity, when you speak a new state of being, that doesn't neglect or shame the part of you that has held on to an identity that was serving you at this point, but it also invites in new energy. And that's really at the core what the new year is about, but even new seasons. It's not just one calendar year, the Gregorian calendar year. No, it's every new season, new cycles. And it's not so much about becoming new people. What if we looked at it as becoming truer versions of ourselves, more authentic versions of ourselves? Because your ability to reveal the best version of you and to live your best timeline is heavily reliant on the way that you view yourself. Heavily reliant. And so, literally it was the first day of January. And I wasn't really feeling very, like I really wanted to do a lot of pushing and like goal setting and all that stuff. And however, I have been reevaluating my past year, reevaluating the past 9 years, because we're now in a new cycle of 1 in numerology. Because if you add 2 plus 2 plus 6, that's 10. You drop the 0, and that's a year of 1. Even if you keep the 0, that's 1 and 0. This is quantum code right here. If you know coding for computers, 1s and 0s is how we communicate with computers and how computers communicate with itself. And so 1 and 0, that means we are in a year where we can code our best timeline. Quite literally, you can code your best timeline. And so by coding our best timeline, ask yourself this question, and this is what came to me the first day of January. What's the best that could happen? What's the best that could happen? What's the best that could happen? What's the best possible outcome that could happen? What's the best possible outcome that could happen? What's the best possible outcome? The past 9 years, I have seen myself take myself down spirals of worry, shame, and fear, not acknowledging where these behaviors have come from, who I've seen exemplify these behaviors, and then what triggers me into those loop spirals that bring me down. And not even, and when I say bring down, like how it feels somatically is contraction. It feels like my soul is getting smaller within. It feels like I'm not fully there. And when I asked myself, what's the best that could happen? Because I was thinking about wanting to show up more authentically here, wanting to be more of myself on the internet and in real life, so that if you meet me, you feel like, whoa, like this girl, she's the same. She is powerful. Her energy is potent through the screen, but also her energy is anchored when someone like is in my energetic field on a physical level. And of course, there's going to be different interpretations of that and all that, and all I can control is how much of me is in this present moment. How much of me is in this present moment? How much of you is in this present moment? So what's the best possible outcome? What's the best possible outcome? If the world was exactly how you wanted, everything was how you wanted, what's the best possible outcome? How does your relationships look? How does the location that you're living in look? How does your space energetically look and feel? Are you traveling? Are you visiting different people? Are you visiting new countries to just explore? and dive into culture. Are you trying new things? What's the best possible outcome? The best possible timeline? And the next time that you feel like the next time you become aware of how you may assume the worst, that you may assume a lackluster response or reaction from anyone or thing around you, bring yourself back to the present and ask yourself, what's the best possible outcome? Because that already, it literally felt like my subconscious mind was already rearranging once I asked myself that the first time. What's the best possible outcome? Like what really resonates with me and my somatic biomagnetic field? What's the best possible outcome for my body and nervous system? And the best possible outcome is not always the one that feels comfortable. It is one that feels the most expansive. But when you have lived in so much constriction and limitation and fear creates a hedge around you that doesn't really keep you safe, but is more like an egg that's not hard boiled, an egg that it's a raw egg, the yolk just floating in there, and if anything happens, now the shell can crack. That's how fear is. Fear is that fragile. But the best possible outcome will hard boil you. And it doesn't have to be in a hard way. It'll just show you your resilience. It'll show you your resolve and your audacity. So what's the best possible outcome? What's the best possible outcome? I wrote a journal entry defining the best possible outcome for me, and then I put it on Substack, so I'll link it in the description box. But meditate on that, because this best possible outcome also will show you different points of character that you can now begin to identify with. So if your best possible outcome is to become an elite swimmer, that's the best possible outcome, and being paid to be an elite swimmer, having flexibility in your days, and then training, and then being able to be with your family or go do something later, whatever. Your best possible outcome is that, right? For example. Then what character traits does the person have that holds that best possible outcome? I want you to close your eyes with me. Feel your heartbeat. Inner being, thank you. Thank you for knowing me before I consciously know me. Thank you for being here with me before I knew you existed. You know aspects of my subconscious that my conscious mind may not be privy to at the moment. Bring to light what needs to be in my conscious field so that I can bring the cooperative components that guide me to my highest and best timeline, my best possible outcome. Who am I in this best possible outcome? How do I act? How do I dress? How do I feel? How does my body feel? What do I accept? What do I reject? What character traits do I exude? What character traits do I no longer associate with under any circumstance? Inner being, continue to reveal these truths to me as my presence continues to deepen in every now moment. And I accept the answer. I accept the truth, even if it is difficult, even if it is uncomfortable, even if it threatens my comfort and current identity. I accept the truth that brings in my best possible outcome. Because I know that external, outer world changes and shifts can only begin on the internal plane. So thank you, inner being, for feeling what I may fail to feel, for seeing what I may fail to see, for knowing what I may fail to know. Because you are me and I am you. And so it is. I'm listening to the intuitive nudges that guide me to this best possible outcome. I'm no longer being led by egoic loops and emotional outbursts that counteract the identity I desire to step into. And I know that my desires, they're already real and fulfilled because I desire them. Simple. My desires are already real and here just because I desire them. Because I know anything that I experience on this external 3D plane of existence comes from the immaterial. I say, and so it is, and so it shall be, and it already was. Your inner being is your higher self, the aspect of you that is directly connected to source at all times. Your conscious mind can be ruled easily by your ego. Your ego does anchor you to this world and you need it. Our egos are good. They could just be immature. They could be short-sighted. They could be easily angered, easily scared. But you don't have to identify with that aspect of your ego. You could put your ego in the gym. Put your ego in the gym so it could get the weight up. So then now it's not so fragile when interacting with the world if it's just because it's seeing something that they can't control, or this part of you that it can't control. Your inner being, your soul, your higher self already knows the path. But are you willing? Are you really willing to sit and be guided? To live life with your intuition? To live life based on the impulses that feel good and aligned? Are you willing to see the vision in your mind and acknowledge the anti-vision? The anti-vision is what you don't want to experience. The anti-vision is your worst possible outcome. You can acknowledge it, that it does exist in this quantum potentiality of a world that we live in, because there's multiple timelines, there's multiple versions of you, there's multiple versions of me. And out of those multiple versions, you can distill the best possible timeline, but you must know your anti-vision. What do you not want to embody? How do you not want to be? What humans around you are exemplifying and giving you the lesson and feedback of what you don't want to experience on earth? Because if you articulate it, then you can now understand and become aware of when you may spiral straight to that, when really what you truly want is to be in your vision, be the visionary of your mission on earth. Your mission could be simple, being happy. Your mission could be impacting people. Your mission could be loving deeply. Your mission could be breathing and staying present. There's no mission big or small. It's just the mission that's aligned with the authentic version of you, the true version of you, the version of you that is willing to be misunderstood if need be, as long as you are understood by your soul. That's the most important thing. The most important thing. Congruency with self. The most important thing is congruency with self, not congruency with others. And if congruency with others threatens your congruency with self, then the others don't need to be in the picture. And that could be other habits, other people, other places, other things. Because you are one of one. You are unique. There's no other being that's like you, that has your energetic blueprint. That is you. So what's your best possible outcome? With no noise. So how do we get there? Ask yourself that question and go into the void. Your inner being is always there waiting for you. Your higher self is always there waiting for you. However you want to personify this aspect of you, this immaterial aspect of you that is contained through your body, not really within and not really just without. It's through your body. That's the mind, body, soul connection. But are you willing to go in the immaterial? Are you ready and willing to go to the birthplace of your desires? That's the void. That's the darkness. That's the chaos. That's the feminine. That's the stillness. That's the silence. Where we all came from and where we will all go. And this experience of light being on earth, experiencing light in our own light and illuminating the world with our own frequency and our own unique resonance. It's a powerful process, and it's a process that is so needed at this time, because a lot of things are going on this planet, and it could seem like darkness is winning, but the darkness doesn't win on my side. The darkness doesn't win on my side. Only the light wins. Only the light is embodied. Only the light wins. Only the light is embodied. So if you're here to know that. You're here to be true to you. And you're here to be illuminated. I love you so much. I love you so, so much. If you've resonated with this process and transmission, I have more for you. This year, we're going to continue to transform, alchemize, and dive deep into philosophy, wellness, spirituality in a way that is really unique, that many people may not be doing, but it's okay because we're on the same frequency. So check out my Substack, Inner Divinity. Weekly articles are uploaded there. YouTube, I'm glad that you're here on my YouTube channel. And for shorter tidbits, nuggets of wisdom, head over to my TikTok at Saira Embra. Peace. Love.